What's going on, everybody? It's Jeff. Welcome back to the channel. We thought the first quarter of 2020 was crazy, and here we are in the first month of 2021 on an even wilder ride. In this video, I'm going to be talking about GameStop and AMC. More specifically, to answer two questions that I see all over the internet. How high can GameStop go, and what does the end goal look like? And then also, is AMC the next GameStop? Before we can kind of dive into that, let's look at exactly what makes GameStop so unique, okay? First off, some of the information, guys, we're going to be looking at is a little bit outdated, as the reports are sometimes a few days behind. So your dates will either be January 15th or January 27th. I believe we will not find more data until February 9th, which is the next reporting. If I'm wrong, please leave a comment down below and let me know. First off, let's look at right here the high short interest stocks. If you look, GameStop is not only number one, but it's very unique at it. The short interest is over 100%, okay? Now, I'm not going to get too deep into exactly what a short is because I'm sure you guys already know, but just to give you a brief overview, how does it get to 120%? If you're looking at this, what it means is the number of shares shorted outdo the number of shares held by public investors. Therefore, 120% of 50 equals 61. Now, that gets to be very unique because out of all the analyst research that I've done and the reports that I read, anytime a stock gets shorted, that float percentage is anywhere between 30 and 40%. It's insanely high. So when you're seeing 121%, it's even crazier, okay? As far as how high this stock can go, it hit 325 the other night. This is a report from, it says 2021 Jan B. If you scroll down here where it says data updates, it shows that January B, that term is the 27th, okay? So this might be, like I said, a few days outdated. But let's look at this. A couple things to look at. The number of shares, the short percentage increase or decrease. It has decreased 13%. That could be for a couple reasons. One, there's two things that I know. These hedge funds are not just going to lose billions of dollars and walk away from it. It's just not going to happen, okay? There have been news on CNBC saying, that these big hedge funds had started to exercise these options and they folded on them and so forth. And maybe they have, but think about this. If GameStop was intriguing at $15, $20, and $25 for an insane short, how intriguing does it look at $325? So whether they expired, whether they folded them, whether they exercise them and so forth, they're probably going to buy back in because they're not going to be able to, one, pay the interest on what they owe, or two, just be able to fold up and say, to all the wealthy people, we don't have any of your money yet left, okay? I also want to pay attention to that the short interest ratio is 2.5. The short interest ratio is how many days it takes to cover, okay? It's 2.5 days. That's going to play important because when you look at AMC, when I go over the difference here, it's only 0.6 of days. However, their short percentage increase has gone up. So now we're going to talk about a little bit about what exactly is, how high can GameStop go, and what does it end up looking like? You have a strong army of team that is continuing to buy and hold and buy and hold, and maintaining that action is, from what I see on the internet, is insanely strong. But here's what's going to happen. Eventually, these shorts are going to have to cover their positions, okay? And it's going to continue to drive the price up and up and up and up. Now, there's a couple things that could happen, whether GameStop issues, new shares privately to the hedge at a predetermined price, which I don't see happening, or because these hedge funds might be so connected to the government and the SEC and so forth, and out of our hands as little guys, and that might potentially play a role in it. However, considering the SEC got behind us as retail investors when Robinhood had paused, and had restricted their trading on it, I don't see that happening. So therefore, the price that it can go to, there is no price target. It's exponential, okay, as long as everybody continues to hold and so forth. But here's what's probably going to end up happening. Now, while many people can remain strong, it's only inevitable that the hype of everything in life, it wears off. Nothing holds strong for, yes, it might be able to hold strong for weeks and months, and so forth, but the hype of everything wears off. It's the unnatural evolution of life. So eventually, people are going to see that they made, 1,000%, 2,000%, 3,000%, 5,000%, even more, and so forth. And eventually, it's going to be enticing, and they're going to say, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to choose to sell at, let's just say, $1,000. and they get sold out to the short sellers. And then eventually what happens is somebody undercuts them and goes 990, 980, 950, 900, and so forth, and that's what eventually drives the price down. However, I don't see that happening for a long period of time because, like I said, everybody banded together is insanely strong. Now to answer the question, guys, of if does AMC, is it the next GameStop? Okay, if you look at the high interest short, it's only 78.97%. Okay, also, like I had said on the last time, right here, their days to cover is a little bit less. While I don't see as AMC being the next GameStop because of GameStop's completely uniqueness of having that over 100% short interest rate, I do see a huge potential for AMC because it's still at that 80% shorted ratio and it continues to get shorted. I also see this as a much different opportunity because there are many individuals that might look at that $325 mark and say, you know what, I can't even afford to buy one share. I can't afford to buy, some of these platforms are restricting fractional shares. However, that $13 to $15 price target I seem to be much more interesting. So as far as the future of AMC, it might not be an exact replica of GameStop. However, this stock is going to continue to build momentum and go. It is the second most shorted stock, and I believe as everything I see on the internet, it is the stock second to GameStop that has the most interest into it. So leave a comment down below, guys. Let me know where you stand, what you're invested in, whether you're only on one, you're on both, you're in neither, you're staying away from it. Personally, in my case, guys, I have always been a diverse individual. I bought stock at AMC on Friday. I shared my portfolio. I showed that. I will be switching around my portfolio come Monday because I definitely see the market continuing to sell off. And while I own stocks such as Tesla, Apple, Disney, I've gotten into the EV market on NEO, Switchback Energy. I'm probably going to hold CCIV because I do hear a lot of news of a potential merger happening Monday. And I also did see on the internet that somebody tried to buy 3,200 shares on Robinhood and said you can only buy a maximum of one share. So that kind of leads me to believe, well, maybe an actual merger might be happening with CCIV and Lucid. However, I am probably going to liquidate much other one of my positions. One, to stand behind a part of this movement, and also to fight back against these hedge funds. Okay, it feels almost like we're the political movement, no matter what side you're on, left or right, doesn't really matter. Everybody, I think, kind of felt a little bit shafted, and that everything just wasn't transparent and honest with what happened with the presidential election. And it seems like this is going to kind of opening up on the financial side of it. So leave a comment down below, guys. Let me know where you stand, and I'll see you in the next one.